We have the VitaLiving Steam Sauna Room. I purchased this on Amazon. This is roughly what it looks like. They do advertise it as a portable sauna. The reason I bought this is because getting what I would call an in-home sauna, you know, with the wood and all the fun gadgetries with the radio and the digital display, I don't need that. I researched this. This is the model right here. This is supposed to go up to 130 degrees. I know that some of the other ones go to 130, and I think even 150 is what I read. But if this truly can get to 130 degrees, I will let you know that. Now, these are the parts. You have all these rods. This is the outside of it right here. You have PVC corners. They're pretty thin looking too, if I'm being honest. And then there is the brains of the operation to heat everything up. So I'm going to kind of put this together. I'll show it to you in quick piecemeal. And then we're going to do a test and see if this really gets to 130 degrees. All right, so in 30 seconds or less, you're basically going to build this frame using the metal rods and then those PVC connectors. And then, again, I'll show you this kind of after the fact. And then you are going to drape over the front of the sauna tent is what they call it. And then eventually we're going to connect the steam generator here into the inside of your tent. I mean, it's literally that simple. All right, so I have the tent up, and I realize it's not step-by-step, but I'll go over this. So these are the connectors. This is rod B. So B are the taller rods, and then the rods at the bottom, that's A. And you can see how the two or not two, but the two corner connectors, you can see how those function. And then what you do is you basically pull the tent over. What I did was pull it over the top, and it slides down over the rails here. Sorry, I got a little fuzzy. And essentially you can see the floor there. So the mat is already in. This is the main door. So you can see the main door. You've got 3 sides with a window. So like the front door has a window, there's a window, there's a window, there's not a window. I have no idea why it's set up that way. They all have zippers on them, and there's a little pocket here, probably for like your cell phone and whatever else. But other than that, this is the tent. Now there's gonna be a teeny little hole right here that you are going to utilize. Let's see if I can walk over here and show you. So this is the connector that goes into that hole. So you can see that on both sides, it's basically the same. There's a little teeny tiny different. This one's a little bit thicker. So I'm going to use this like this. So this will be the outside of the tent. Then I'll put this on the inside of the tent. I use that thread to keep it secure. And then this goes inside the tent with a tube connected to it. I use the longer tube. There's 2 different tubes. And then this is the top of the steam generator. And there is a tube connection right there. So this stays on the outside of the tent. This goes on the inside of the tent. And then you connect both tubes to both sides of this connector. All right, so for the steam generator, this is the lid off. You're gonna see there's a max line here. You don't wanna fill the water any higher than here. So I recommend you basically fill it, I don't know, 3/4 of the way. You're gonna see these little ridges right here, and there's a space. There's a little gap right to the right of it. So when you put the lid on, if I can show it to you, here are the 4 little teeth, or tabs, or whatever you want to call them. Again, you've got the tube sticking out of it, but you're going to set this down in here, and you're going to line up. You're going to feel it there. You feel it kind of click, and then you turn it just a little bit more. Let's see, that's clockwise to lock it, and then counterclockwise will unlock it. And then the steam will come out of this tube that will be connected over to the bottom little portal, and then your steam should come out of the box inside. Okay, so I added water. It's a little over a half. They said that if you fill it to this max line, it should last roughly an hour. Remember, you're going to want to make sure this is connected to the inside. Look for these tabs. We're going to seal it, and then I'll show you what to do as far as turning it on and setting it. Okay, so I've sealed up the sauna. All the windows are closed. If you notice, when you hit power, it'll say P05. You can use the remote, which is, hold on, this little remote they give you. It's got the on-off button at the top, the different timers, and temperature is, these are the two temperature buttons, the bottom one and this one, up and down. So you can hit the timer button. Again, it said it will go for roughly an hour. They recommend you let it preheat for 7 to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna turn it on and we're gonna check it after about 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes in, I'm at 05. It goes up to 09, meaning the highest temperature setting is at 09. If I pull down, you can definitely tell it's warm in here. I know you can't see anything, it's just dark, but that's where the heat box comes out of. It is not nearly hot enough to sweat yet, in my assessment. I don't have a thermometer in here. I'm actually gonna do a separate video with this thing like on for an entire hour full blast at 09. And I'm gonna see if it truly gets to 130. I'm a little bit skeptical, but I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna go up to 09 for about 5 more minutes, then I'm gonna see if there's a massive difference in temperature. All right, one real quick thing I noticed was there was definitely a kink in the hose right here. So make sure the hose is completely wide open. And I can feel a little bit of heat kind of leaking out of this. In fact, right here on this corner, there's definitely some steam coming out of here that probably should be redirected into the hose. But if you touch this, it's pretty warm. Okay, so we're at 09, we're at the highest setting. If you look at the window, it's now very fogged. If you can see, we've got some condensation going here now. That's obviously the inside there. So let's open this up and see how much heat we have going on. All right, substantially different. It's a little bit hard to breathe in here. I know you can't see how hot it is. Please don't make a comment about that, but you can definitely feel some heat coming out. So that's the end of the video. It clearly does heat up to a pretty substantial amount on 09. I'm gonna do another video with a thermometer as a follow-up, but this is what I recommend. Fill that up to the line. It's been running now for, what would that be? 13 minutes. So a solid 13-minute warm up on 09 should be hot enough to get you sweating.